Shout out StatGuy.
The Majesty.
Oh my goodness. It's professional wrestling.
1,000% confirmed. Not Mage.
Stay mage and enjoy yourself.
It's Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg, featuring Stat Guy Greg and Dip.
Well, no Stat Guy Greg today. The physically vacationing is doing what some would say he does best, vacationing. He is off to somewhere or other. Oh, look, it's Cruella DeVille and another Dalmatian in the background here in New York. As we celebrate Halloween, I am your forever 24/7 champion. Welcome to Cheap Heat. My name is Peter Rosenberg. That's my Dalmatian friend Maya and Cruella. The other Dalmatian bear's wandering around. And somewhere in Los Angeles, standing in front of a cutout of himself, which is just so perfectly on brand. It's 38 at 35 Dipperstein. Hey, Dip, how are you?
Hey, happy Halloween.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. This is a cardboard cutout. This is a picture of me from 8 years ago. This was given to me. This was on the red carpet at the Emmy Awards and was given to me as a 30th birthday present from my friends.
And what did it say to you about yourself that your friends thought the best gift that they could give you was a borderline life-size cutout of yourself?
I think it just shows how good looking I am and how much they love me.
Well, you read into it just right. I remember your 30th birthday, I suppose. Oh, wait, do I remember? Oh, yeah, your 30th was the big one, right?
Oh, the 30th was the big one with, at
the restaurant.
At the club. That was
at the club that you rented out the club and
club
that's when
that I
met your
rented
family
out
for the first time. What do you see being
was that
the
first
biggest
time in my family?
Around? I mean, certainly extended. I mean, some people. I met your mom a few times, but what do you see being? As today is a special day, Halloween, and we're going to get into some special themes within that day in a moment. Here, welcome to the program. Well, what do you see if you were to power rank important birthdays? What's the number one birthday?
Please mute the speaker, the streamer, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. What's the number one birthday in your guesstimation? What would you say is the number one birthday?
21.
Do you really think that though?
I do. I 21. I mean, I guess people underage drink before 21 to such a degree at this point that I don't think it really is that. Maybe I'm wrong. I would say 50.
I almost would
50 is big.
Well, this is why I want to have the conversation. I almost remove 21 because it's based around one particular thing. And if you're not into that thing, it's not really a big birthday. It's not that different from 22 or 20. It doesn't have a major, there are 25's a kind of milestone. 30 certainly a milestone. 40. That's what I'm saying. Is 50 number one?
I think so, because you're absolutely definitively an adult at that point. I mean, you're supposedly an adult at, if you're a Jew, you're an adult at 13. But, for 30, you're sort of an adult. 30, you're sort of an adult. 40, you're sort of an adult. 50, there is no question about it that you are an adult. So you're nearing 50. I'm nearing 40. I can't even believe we're saying these words. But I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it.
I know, and then the truth is, and this is the scary thing about life, guys. You freak out about all these birthdays, and you realize whether you're talking about 35 or 45 or even 50 as you get older, you realize these are still kind of prime time birthdays. I can't believe 50's around the corner, and it absolutely freaks me out. The idea that I could be pushing 50 years old is earth-shattering to be there. But at the same time, you realize old is old, okay? 80 is old. And at 80, you're going 50. Oh, man, I was in my prime at 50 years old. You're usually in the prime of your career. You might have young children. It's 50 is you still got it going on. So I got to really think about that the right way. You don't want to treat 50 like 80. It's not 80, it's 50. I got to tell you, my dad's 78. It's not what I pictured 78 being like. My dad's still pretty good. That being said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you who hates a party, who's never allowing a good party to be thrown for him, is my dad. Yeah, you want to meet the anti-Dip. Oh, my God. I mean, Dip made 37 look like it was, the number one birthday anyone could ever have. Oh, he's 29. Forget about it. Dip's like WrestleMania. Okay, like whatever the year is, it's the biggest one of all time.
What? At what age did your parents start eating your Halloween candy?
I recall them always eating my Halloween candy.
Yeah, they always ate it.
Yeah, what else would you do? To think about it now, if my daughter, like in a year or two, because right now she can't trick or treat, but if in a couple years, if she's trick or treating and she has a full bag of candy, I'm not letting this little girl eat all the sugar and kill herself. I got to eat the.
I don't understand this. I've encountered many parents that I'm friends with and all these things who, one piece of candy, 2 pieces of candy. Let me tell you something, okay? When I was trick-or-treating, whatever the hell I wanted, you want the Skittles, you want this, you want that, whatever the hell you want is what you get on Halloween. You can't stop the Halloween candy eating. Okay? That's the one day you do whatever the hell you want candy-wise.
You let your kid literally eat until they're like sick?
I wouldn't say till they're sick, but you should be able to have candy without any. There shouldn't be any shame candy eating.
Yeah. No, you should feel that. You should feel at least on that day like the guardrails are off, and you're like, this is a special day. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
People do go a little crazy. Although I will say we're being very mindful. We are not giving this little girl much sugar. She is not tasting a whole lot of sugar here and there. But I feel that the longer I can delay her, obligatory American sugar addiction, I feel like it's a win. So we're just taking our time with introducing very sugary items. Welcome aboard, Dip. It is hot. Do you have any big Halloween plans tonight?
I am going to a party in Malibu. I'm going to be La Parka.
Are you going to be which La Parka? And by the way, your mic just got weird and changed. Did you
yes,
Zoom or something?
Yes. No, it had to change. Apologies.
Okay, you sure you did the right thing? Because it sounds a little off.
It's going to be fun.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. And let me tell you one thing, guys. If in the moment there's a tech issue, there's no one I trust at the helm more than the man sitting across from me right now, who's still learning how to set his VCR. So which La Parka are you going to be?
Let me tell you, I had a rough time with the VCR back in the day. Okay, I'm hitting the tracking button. I'm hitting that tracking button. I don't know what the hell was going on. There's thousands of buttons on a VCR. I don't know what any of them did.
No one could set a VCR, and the tracking buttons didn't actually do anything. So which La Parka do you plan on being? Are you the current La Parka? He's very tall and wiry.
No, it's the old La Parka, original La Parka mask. I have, my mother was living in Arizona for a few years and bought a bunch of masks, lucha masks, of all different various people. I have a Ray, I have a La Parka, I have a few others, and I'm choosing the La Parka because we have a new La Parka. I thought it would be.
You think there's a certain crowd that'll appreciate?
Yeah, I think this will be a crowd that appreciates an original La Parka. I'm not doing the whole thing. I may do the walk. I'll do the walk and the mask. And those are the 2 things I can offer this evening.
Are you going to a party where anyone will appreciate La Parka?
Yes, 4 or 5 people will appreciate the La Parka mask, including the host.
Which wrestling geek is hosting this event? Are you allowed to say?
No.
Okay. You don't want people to be offended who weren't invited to this shindig.
That's exactly the reason.
I figured that. I figured as much. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to everyone on our Patreon. We're dropping a Patreon this weekend, and I posted yesterday on Patreon. I wrote, so what do you want to talk about? And we have lots of fun topics and questions that have come up. Andrew, your boy Alan, who I'm a big fan of. Your boy Alan always shows up to Evolve. What a GG, dude. This guy shows up with his son. He's wearing the Rocky Forever t-shirt. He's a fantastic guy. Nick is in there. Steven's in there. So if you're ever looking for more behind-the-scenes cheap heat content, sign up for our Patreon. It's patreon.com/staymage. Our last episode Well, there were two. The last episode, actually, I'm sorry, was October 10th, I see. It was 3 weeks ago already, so you're overdue for this weekend. And that was Crocodile Dunpee, featuring Raquel Rodriguez. Deb, I'm sure you never heard that. You really need to listen to it. Who else in the wrestling industry today is putting out an hour and 14 minutes of wandering around in a forest with a random current superstar? Who else is doing that? I mean, Raquel Rodriguez is on TV a lot right now. She's getting a lot of TV. And we were literally wandering. We sat at a bar. We fed quokkas. It was a whole thing, and you can only get it on our Patreon. So go to patreon.com/staymage. Dip, I saw you. You're doing the work. In addition to Kelly's great email this week that she always sends with all of our great topics, Dip, knowing that we were shorthanded, the teammate that he is, replied to the email with a bunch of questions that you want to get to. And I'm excited about this, Dip. You really brought it today. Well,
thank you.
What's the most pressing? I'm going to start with one thing right now because it's the first one that you listed, and we saw the guy this week because WWE released their promo for WrestleMania, which was interesting. The poker game situation. We didn't exactly reinvent the wheel with the Vegas idea of there's a card game going on. We're in Vegas. But what was very important was the people that were at the table. And it was Paul Heyman and Triple H were standing at the table. Triple H almost like the dealer. Paul Heyman like Paul Heyman. You had Cody Rhodes. You had Roman Reigns. You had CM Punk. And you had Brock Lesnar. And so obviously they are trying to tell us something about these four guys and the level of importance that they will have at WrestleMania. You're shrugging, Dip. You don't think that's at least a tell that these guys will be in major things at WrestleMania?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of chatter online about who should have been in that promo and who shouldn't have been in that promo. And I think they probably debated it internally, to be honest with you, with Seth out. I feel like he, could have been at that table, and obviously if there was
I think he would have been at the table.
Question. I thought the addition of Triple H was interesting. We know he is the string master.
Yeah, but it is interesting that he's in the promo. You didn't.
Yeah, it is. I would say that that Heyman is the guy pulling. Is Heyman's really the guy pulling the strings in kayfabe, as we know. And so I would think that he would be the guy at sort of the head of the table. And if Triple H is whispering in his ear because he happened to be around, maybe he happens to be around. But in kayfabe, it was kind of an odd choice to put Triple H in it. Not that I hate it. I love seeing Triple H in kayfabe or front and center in anything because he was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But I don't know.
It's sort of in your eyes, what you're saying is it's sort of breaking kayfabe in the poster. Because it's saying, here's all the storyline people, and here's the guy who makes the story.
It's at this point, it's a little bit breaking the fourth wall a little bit.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, unless they were to have him actually involved in the story, which it doesn't appear at this point. And by the way, I want to be clear. Here on this show, we always have time for Triple H to be involved in the story. So if that were to happen, you're not going to get any argument over here. Love the idea of Triple H as an authority figure being involved in the story. I love blending the real. That's what we all wanted with the Rock story. We want to see the whole board and the Rock and the Triple H. Triple H is the quote boss, but here comes the Rock, who's a bigger boss. We're here for all of that. But given that we don't know that that's what's happening, it sort of just feels like it's like, and here's Triple H. He's the guy who writes the show.
I think that's sort of how it feels. So I don't know.
So is that a great first conversation to pose on this Halloween? Is who in your eyes, if you were to pick, because essentially it's 6 talents that they used. They used 4 sitting at the table. They have Heyman and they have Triple H. Who do you think should have been in that promo for WrestleMania 42? I think that's a very interesting question. 877-344-4893. 877-344-4893. And then we want to hear from you on that. Who should have been there? Did you like who they did have? Should have been someone else? And then further, Dip, you specifically said what to do with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, what do you do with Brock Lesnar? Now, if you're going to start a Mania feud with him, you have some time. Usually, my guess is that whatever the Mania feud is going to be for Brock Lesnar will be established around Royal Rumble in January, beginning of February, whenever that is in Saudi. But you have these 2.5 months where it's sort of nothing's indicative of what they're going to do with Brock at this point. And my perspective is, and I don't love you gotta, have I don't subscribe to the notion that you have to have the legend or the experienced person put over the young person. But I think he could at least make somebody, given the lack of all the people that are hurt and the sort of the lack of the people at the newish people at the top of the card. I think he should be making a debuting Obafemi on the main roster. You want to make Obafemi a big player on TV immediately, rather than having him go out there every week and just putz around with jobbers and beat, whoever, Akira Tozawa. Okay. Why not debut him instantly against Brock Lesnar? He doesn't have to beat Lesnar, but instantly debut him as someone who could be a challenge to Brock Lesnar, which would make him a star.
And listen, it's not rocket science. We've seen it a million times, but you have him show up at the Royal Rumble. He tosses out Brock Lesnar. Here we go. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. You could do that too.
Well, I don't know if they're going to give him the Mania spot against Lesnar, but at least in this moment, with Seth hurt, I don't know where Randy's at, but you have, you go through you go through both rosters right now, and it's kind of a little thin with Roman being a part-timer at this point. It's like,
that doesn't affect WrestleMania, where everyone's going to be available. Roman will be available. So
I'm just saying,
there's two separate conversations though. There's week-to-week TV, and then there's WrestleMania.
Yes.
I think in terms of WrestleMania, they still have a lot of options, a lot of strings to pull. Yeah. They're only really down Seth at this moment. And you can basically assume they're always going to be down someone. Now, the scary part is it's only October. So you don't know where you're going to land by the time you get there, right? And then, of course, will someone return between now and then? These are all the things that we will discuss throughout the day. So we'll continue that conversation and also get your thoughts. Did you like the promo for WrestleMania? If you haven't seen it, just go on WWE Social and look it up. It's all over the place. And who would you have liked to see there? 877-344-4893. Happy Halloween. We're going to come back with some fun, spooky themes and conversations throughout the day, as well as we celebrate Halloween right here on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Sugar Daddy. Some things never change. Sugar Daddy has the flavor which lasts a lifetime.
Welcome back to Cheap Heat. Stay mage and enjoy yourself.
Happy Halloween and welcome to Cheap Heat Live on this October 31st. Very windy and awesomely scary day in New York. Gray, windy. It looks like there are murderers happening galore. It looks like people are murdering in New York right now. Dip, how's the weather in Los Angeles? Is it feeling spooky? Are we getting Halloween vibes?
No, it's 90 degrees right now. It's never been. It's hot up a storm. But I love it. I love the heat. I'm not a cold guy. I don't.
But you don't enjoy fall weather like 60s and 50s.
I pretend to. Oh, look at the nice fall weather. But the truth is, I just want it to be hot and nice out.
Really?
I say, I love the brisk air. I'm lying when I say these things. I don't like it. I like steaming hot weather.
You like steaming hot. You want
90. I
90.
like it hot. I like 90.
Terrible. You're a lunatic.
Yeah.
You would take 90 over 75, 78. Like a cool, you can still wear shorts if you want, but if you wear a long sleeve t-shirt, you're not sweating. Like you can wear a long sleeve, you can wear jeans, but if you want to wear shorts and a t-shirt, you're fine. You wouldn't rather live right there, 78, 79.
Let me tell you something. There is such a thin line in between me wearing long sleeves and wearing short sleeves. If I'm wearing short sleeves, it's got to be hot. It's got to be a hot day. Okay? I don't risk.
Today, no?
It is. But I don't have anything today. I just have this polo. I don't ever risk being cold. There's no cold risk. In fact, this is a Curb episode. I have the foresight.
You always know whether it's going to end up cold.
Yes.
I try to be. I really in my bald years, which have now been a long time. Over a decade of the bald years. I take it very seriously because I'll tell you what, the bald head is a cold thing.
Is the bald head a cold? What? How do you warm up a bald head with a hat? But I don't wear hats. I don't like hats. I don't like anything on my head.
You don't ever wear a knit hat in any way or a
nothing. I itch. I take it off. I'm itching. I'm not a knit hat guy. I tried the beanie for a few years when it was trendy. It was a horrible mistake.
You've got. I had to be honest. You have a myriad of problems.
I have no problems. I got no problems.
You can't. You have so many things that limit you. Like if I were making a team of people to survive, you're not making first cuts.
Of course not. If you want some laughs, if you want some chuckles, I might be the guy.
Until he's dead, you were gonna laugh. We're gonna have a good time. So is it worth it for a good time? Well, no. But remember, the chuckles are only gonna last as long as things stay comfortable. Because if things start to get uncomfortable, the jokes will be replaced by complaining and sighing. And now we've lost the laughs. We're just into complaining, and now we have to kill him.
I devolve very, very, very distinctly.
Just like the thin line between warm and cool, there's a thin line between jokes and complaining, and it's time to kill him.
By the way, no matter where you take me, if there's any sort of survival element, I'm going to be complaining and bitching and moaning.
He can't. That one of the number one. If we one day we'll do a top 5 most bitching and complaining things about Dip. High on the list for me, one that rears its head all the time is he cannot be in a car with the window down.
That's right.
The window cannot be down. If he's in the back left, it can't be the back right, the front right. God forbid the front left. Forget it. If he's in the back left and you open the front left, you would think that he's blowing out of the car. Like he'd be gone. He's
I don't feel safe with the windows open. I feel
doesn't feel
I don't
safe
feel safe
with the window. He needs the window closed in order to feel safe. This is one of the many things that you have to deal with.
I don't like air blowing in my face. I'd rather the air conditioning where I can control. You can't control the outside air.
What about a fan?
Love a fan. Big fan guy. Big. You mean like a fan, a swirling
either
fan?
Ceiling fan or just a small little fan?
I don't like I don't love a ceiling fan. My mother's come
draft. It's too much draft.
It is too much draft. It's true. My mother comes to my house. Why did she get a fan? She's obsessed with me getting a fan. I'm never going to get a fan. There'll never be a fan on that ceiling.
Your house is cool enough. You don't need a fan.
My house is hot upstairs.
It gets hot upstairs. So you know what I've been doing recently, and this isn't actually great for the nasal passage and staying not ever getting sick. Natalie, at some point during pregnancy, when she was hot all the time, because Natalie runs hot, period, pun or no pun intended. She got these small fans during the pregnancy, so at any moment she could set up a fan, if she's hot. Now I have one of these small fans next to my bed. I basically have it on every night. I'm using the small fan because the room isn't cold, especially, like New York, you have an apartment, the heat goes on, it's kind of hot, but I can turn a little fan on and give myself a breeze to go to sleep to. You don't want to sleep with a breeze?
No.
You'd rather be hot. You'd rather be hot than sleep with a breeze?
No, I want to control. I'd rather cold air be blowing on me on a consistent basis in the room. I don't want it directly just swooshing around. I don't want cold swooshing.
No, but the fan's blowing right at my face. It's a direct, cool. It's consistent. It's the whole time.
But it's consistent on one part of the body. I want the whole
all of it.
room. I need
All right. These are a lot of things to think about. We came back with Undertaker's music, which Undertaker and Kane's music, it's some of the hottest feeling music that you'll ever hear. You know what I mean? You need a fan just to listen to it. I was so grateful when I got back into wrestling in 2005 that Undertaker was still around. And now I realize, end of his prime kind of Undertaker. And I remember coming back to shows in Washington, D.C., and I was like, oh, wow. This Undertaker is still going, and it's still in fact, in 2005, the entrances had become more of a thing than ever. They were, because as Undertaker went on, would you agree, Dip? I feel the entrance for the Undertaker became bigger and bigger and more of a thing as the years went on. And by the time he was older at the end, it's like they knew the entrance was a big part of the whole show. We're going to spend 6-7 minutes on the entrance because that's what we have here.
That's the best part of it now at that point. I mean, I love the Druids. I mean, I got to tell you, the first time I saw a big Undertaker entrance when in my adult life was because of you. Was because of you. I did. Of course. I wept. It's very emotional.
You actually shed tears.
It's a very emotional entrance.
Why is it emotional?
I don't know. Something about the Undertaker entrance makes me cry.
Something. Well, there you go. You know what, Kelly? You're always asking us for one-liners, for promos. There you go. That's all you have to say. You say, Cheap Pete, Peter Rosenberg, play a little quote. SGG, play a little quote. Dip, the Undertaker's entrance. Something about the Undertaker's entrance makes me cry. There you go.
I also, it's true. I also want to mention, I was in 1998.
Go ahead.
When I was 11, it might have been 1997, but I believe it was 98. I was Kane, full-blown Kane for Halloween. I think you've seen my costume. I worked very hard on that costume. It was a lot of arts and crafts went into that costume, but I got to tell you, it was Mage. And I still have the mask. I found it the other day. It's in my garage.
Your garage has a lot. Your garage is WWE Warehouse at Jay's.
It is.
I have learned, by the way, Dip, I will 100% be in DC for Saturday night's main event for John Cena's last show. I cannot wait.
Okay. I got a big talking to from somebody I will not mention. We cannot mention on this call, saying you are out of your fucking mind if you do not come to John Cena's last match. You are in the wrestling business, and it is imperative that you be at that match. It is a moment in wrestling history. And you know what? I was like, I'm gonna go.
That's what you thought. So that was the takeaway, was this is something, because I wonder if fans will treat it that way. Will fans treat it like a traveling event?
I don't know. I got to tell you, and that phone call that I received this week was, changed my mind about the whole thing, because we're like, oh, why is it on Saturday Night's Main Event or whatever? The idea that John Cena will never wrestle again, let's just say it's true. It's a big freaking deal, man. It is. I mean, he is.
No matter how much we argue about greatest, fifth greatest, third greatest, it doesn't, whatever it is, he's up there. This is a huge deal. There will not be another. There's no other retirement like. Let me put it this way. The only people out there who exist currently who would possibly get anything like this at the end, where it would feel this way, at this stage, you'd think could be Cody or Roman?
Yeah.
In terms of when their time comes. I mean, I think there are a couple of the women, who will be a huge deal. I think Becky and Charlotte's end will be a huge deal. There are things that will be big. But to be this big, Cena big, the only one out there, and Brock's not going to be Cena big as Brock is. Randy's not going to be Cena big, as great as Randy is. I think Cody and Roman, and depending on what the rest of their time looks like, are the only. This is like, okay, how about this? What was the last retirement that even was close to this? Was it Flair?
Yes. Yes.
Because this is bigger than HBK.
Austin?
But Austin, we never got it properly.
No, you never got it properly.
HBK, we did, but HBK is Cena.
Yeah.
In terms of iconic stature,
this is sorry to say, Mount Rushmore retirement.
It is. Whether you think he's in your Mount Rushmore or not, which we've had some arguments about, it's a Mount Rushmore retirement. Listen, I'll say this. Here's where I think we were getting it wrong. Here's my prediction. When Saturday night's main event moved to Peacock, our feeling was, oh, well, what is it now? It's no longer on NBC. What does it mean? Tomorrow's from Salt Lake is going to be one sort of thing. Okay? The December one with John Cena is going to feel like a full-on PLE.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Tomorrow is going to feel like, what is it going to feel like? It's going to be TV plus PLE adjacent.
Confirmed.
I believe the December John Cena send-off will feel like PLE confirmed. Like it will be an all-out, full-on PLE treatment. Remember, there's no PLE from Survivor Series to Royal Rumble, which also means, Dip, there's no PLE on U.S. soil from late November to Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Is that right?
Is that February? Oh, no.
It's end of February.
Yeah.
Right? End of February is Elimination Chamber in Chicago. So between the end of November in San Diego, and the end of November in San Diego to the end of February in Chicago, which, by the way, my favorite time to go to Chicago, no PLE on U.S. soil. I got news for you. The John Cena send-off Saturday night's main event is the PLE between those PLEs.
Yeah.
It is a mid-December Saturday night in Washington, D.C., full-on premium live event. So, so you're going to make the trip?
I might. I'm thinking about it.
Are we going to stop by the Rosenberg's house? I mean, what's going on here?
Is this
stop by and see Mike and Mindy?
December 16th?
14th.
14th. I could do it.
I got that right, Kelly, right?
I could do it.
As of right now, you don't have any...
13th.
It's the 13th? I keep getting confused because I have an event that week.
Yeah, I could do it.
You think you could do this?
I could.
We know your calendar fills in quite quickly. We know that. Yeah, December 13th. Yeah, my party for the radio station is the 12th. Saturday night's main event is December 13th. Capital One Arena. That's right. And we
I'm thinking about doing. I'll tell you the trip I'm thinking about doing.
Here we go.
I'm thinking about doing John Cena's last match in DC on the 13th. Fly to Florida to see the relatives.
Yeah, you do a lot of that.
Until the 20th.
Okay.
I'm going to fly to UBS Arena for the Jesse McCartney concert.
That's what everyone's doing.
Well, everyone should do it.
This is the tour that I'm going on as well. I'm Jesse Cartney at UBS, of course, yes.
With the Jonas Brothers.
With the Jonas Brothers, no less.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get that right then, because Dip is very close with Jesse McCartney. Let me translate what you're saying. It's a Jonas Brothers concert with Jesse McCartney opening.
Don't say that. We're gonna go to the Jesse McCartney concert, and then
go ahead.
I may take the Jesse McCartney bus, to Barclays Center the night afterwards for the closing of the Jonas Brothers Jesse McCartney tour.
Wow.
What are your thoughts?
UBS and Barclays Center back to back?
Yeah. I'm going on tour, baby.
I have to tell you, I thought at some point this was going to swing back around to some sort of other wrestling event. So I kept waiting. I'm like, is there an AEW pay-per-view? Where's he going? I didn't know it was going to end with 2 Jonas Brothers and Jesse McCartney concerts. I can speak for everyone on the show right now. No one thought the end was going to be, I'm going to go to Saturday's Main Event. I'm going to go to Florida to see my relatives. And I'm going to go to 2 Jonas Brothers concert. No one thought that was where we were going.
Jesse McCartney concert.
McCartney concert.
Look, there is an AEW pay-per-view that I would love to go to in between all that too. Got to see the family though at some point in December. You got an AEW show in Chicago.
Oh, they're in Chicago
on the 16th, World's End. But and then I got to come back. I got all 35 Tannenbaums coming to Dipper Lago. So,
oh my God. Yeah. All these events, so many events, all of these things we'll talk about on the other side of this. The Tannenbaums visiting Dip in at his house, his trip to Florida, the Jesse McCartney Jonas Brothers. Oh, and we should probably talk some wrestling. 877-344-4893. Anyone out there considering making the trip to DC for the Cena retirement match? I'm curious about that as well. Plus, what to do with Brock Lesnar, and what did you think of the WrestleMania promo rollout? We'll get to all of you guys next right here on Cheap Heat Live on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Step into the ring with the hottest WWF superstars like Hulk Hogan and Bret the Hitman Hart. Body slamming WrestleMania action is now on all video game systems.
It's Cheap Heat with Peter Rosenberg, featuring StatGuy Greg and Dip.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I love this theme. This is one of the greats. I could just see him sweat pouring off of him, fist pounding people by the entranceway. Hell yeah. Who's better than Sid? Very few. One of the true monstroses.
There's no question. Monstros. Sorry, Dip, can you see in my background? Maya's in her playpen and she was just grabbing the bars like she was trying to escape a steel cage. It was pretty mage. Did you get to see Psycho Sid in his prime?
I mean, I would argue that his prime was WCW 1990 Four Horsemen. Like that was
sure.
Like,
but I mean, did you get to see him in the mid-90s in WWE?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I can't recall an exact moment where I saw him, but I was...
Did your mother and him ever socialize, as far as you know?
Psycho Sid, man.
Can you imagine your mom, you find out your mom has left your dad and she's dating someone new, and you go, who are you dating? And the doorbell rings, and it's 1995 Psycho Sid. Can you imagine?
He had one of the great... His action figure always went over. The Galoob 1991 Galoob Sid Vicious action figure is one of the great figures of all time. I know Sam Roberts.
What the hell's a Galoob?
Galoob was a WCW made a WCW line of action figures in 1990 and 1991, and it was they were stationary. You couldn't move any part of them. They were like little statues, and at that time, I believe the first Sid action figure for WWE was made in 92 with the blue tights. And so, I was 3 and 4. That was 90 and 91. I needed something to wrestle with. I needed Sid to go over. I needed Sid as part of these pay-per-views that I was creating for myself. And so I used the Galoob Sid versus the Hasbro figures of the time.
Oh, I thought that was just you getting in a cheap plug for Bruce Pritchard's podcast.
No.
You needed something to wrestle with.
I needed something to wrestle with. People that know what I'm talking about, those are the real ones. Okay, that's the bar for me.
You have to be down with the Galoobs.
You got to be down with the Galoobs, but you have to know what I'm talking about as far as having to use Sid.
Oh, got it. So it's beyond that. It's beyond even knowing the Galoobs. It's knowing specifically which Galoob you needed in order to be able to have a real wrestling conversation.
That's.
I was never a figure guy. I had like 8 LJNs, and that was it.
Can I have one person call in who knows what I'm talking about and can relate to that? There's a lot of John Cena calls waiting, a lot of this and that current stuff. Can we get one person to call who knows what the hell I'm talking about? Thank you very much.
There's no question people know what you're talking about, but hold on. This is why Kelly Murphy is the producer of the show and not Brian Dipperstein. Do you really think an interesting phone conversation is people going, yeah, Dip, the best action figure to play with, if you want the best playability when it comes to an action figure, is actually the Razor Ramon Galoob.
There was no Razor Ramon Galoob, okay? There was a Scott Hall Galoob, very rare.
This is not a good conversation.
I'm kidding. There wasn't.
And you're kidding, Jizz.
There wasn't. No, there wasn't.
There was no.
There was a diamond. There was a diamond stud that was like released or whatever.
Oh, the diamond stud Galoob. Now, are you going to put this quality of like needing to know this stuff? Does this also have to be whoever you're going to marry? Does she also have to know? You want her to have an understanding of the Galoobs?
Can you imagine if I finally found the woman and she's talking about? She the first
Galoobs?
thing she says to me is, "Tell me about your Galoob experience."
Yeah. You know what, Dip? I think that would be an amazing date at the end when you drop her off at the mental institution. And when they come over and they put the face mask on her and cuff her again, and she has to go back inside. See you next time.
And then there was the unreleased ones. They got the Big Josh Galoob and.
Oh, you're spending thousands for a Big Josh Galoob.
By the way, you are.
Yeah, your mortgage, a second mortgage on the home, so you can get, honey. Listen, it's not what you think. This is not one of my harebrained bad ideas. I promise you, this is something that's going to lead to something good for the family. Okay, I was online. We have an opportunity to own an hear me out, a sealed, unreleased. Honey, please, I promise you, you don't know where I'm going here. When I get there, you're gonna think, you'll be glad you listened. A sealed, unreleased Big Josh Galoob, okay? It's only $1,200.
Now they were released, but they were like extremely rare. You had a Giant Gonzalez one.
Oh, like you dream about. Okay, so we're gonna get back to more of your phone calls as well, and discuss much more. Of course, coming up after us today, it's Off the Ropes with Coach and Nick Nemeth. So that's coming up later on today. We got I have to tell you, I enjoyed the Roxanne Nikki Bella match this week. I thought it was Nikki's best match since returning, and I thought, Roxanne Perez, this woman, you talk about someone who is not afraid of the moment. Like, to think about the first time I was really made aware of her when she was starting to get big on NXT, and she came on this podcast. You can find the interview online, and told me the story of her mom, her parents dropping her off so she could go and wrestle as a teenager, and then being taken under the wing of Booker T and Sharmell at ROW. To think about where this woman is right now. Dip, Roxanne, is she someone who you would agree, like, I have complete confidence in her, like, all the time? She does not seem like someone I'm like, oh, is she ready for this? She just seems like she seems so thoroughly there already. Dip, her birthday is November 5th. In 1 week, she will turn 24 years old. Yeah.
I'm definitely in on Roxanne.
Crazy.
I'm in on Roxanne Perez. I do think that it's time for her to separate from Raquel. Not saying I like the two of them together. I feel like it's run its course. Like, there's nothing additive at this point. She just feels like the muscle, and it's been going on for too long. So I'd like to see Roxanne sort of break out, have a big run, on her own. I think it's like holding her back. Maybe I'm stating the obvious, but the whole Judgment Day thing is holding her back.
Well, I will say this was the week where I noticed a lot of sentiment around, okay, Judgment Day. It's feeling like time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they're not even wearing the outfits anymore. I mean, Finn Balor's just coming out in a t-shirt every week. Like, maybe it's a Finn Balor t-shirt, but it's like, I don't know, man. You know how I feel about the Finn Balor of it all. It's like, it's time to put a rocket back on his back. I mean, the guy is such an incredible wrestler.
Isn't it the ultimate sign that it's time to move on from a faction storyline? If you think that there are multiple people in the storyline who would be doing better without the faction?
Yes. It's either they need to break it up completely, or they need to go all the way with it and put it back together again with a new leader, or with Liv, like a returning Liv Morgan. Dom doesn't need it. Liv doesn't need it. Finn Balor needs to ride on his own and get back to the title picture. And finally, hopefully, and again, I watched him in person again wrestle last week. JD McDonough is so good. Give him a tiny singles push in some capacity. I know he's kind of a smaller guy or whatever. The guy is the worker of the cinch, okay? So there's a lot. I mean, there's Roxanne doesn't need it anymore. Raquel can move on to something else. Everyone is better without the Judgment Day at this point, and I feel bad saying that, but it's true.
Wow. Dip, bringing the heat today. I have to tell you, Sam this week on Not Sam Wrestling Live had, I thought, one of his best takes I've ever heard from him. When he was saying it's basically time for Dom to be a babyface, and he called him a Bart Simpson babyface. I thought that was such a brilliant way of describing what Dominic could be.
What does that mean?
You should watch the clip. It's on our social channels. It's fantastic. What Sam's point is that when you watch The Simpsons, you root for Bart. He's a babyface, but everything he does is bad. He's always in trouble. He's yelling at the teacher. He's throwing rock. He's doing all the things you're not using a slingshot. He's getting in trouble. But you love him and you cheer for him. And that's the sort of babyface Dom should be. He should still do the underhanded stuff. He should still be messing with the bell and the timekeeper. Let him do all the Dom things that he does, but why fight the people cheering him? Just let him be the underhanded little crook that everybody wants to cheer for because everybody wants to cheer Dominic Mysterio.
And
I thought it was very well said.
Is this one of the Sam Roberts 2.5 hour long soliloquies about wrestling?
Well, that's what Sam's whole life. That you mean his constant self-conversation with himself?
Yes. There's no one better at having a conversation with themselves.
If Sam Roberts wasn't given a microphone and a platform, he would be in the same institution with Dip's future girlfriend talking about the Galoobs, okay? Because he'd just be walking around going, and then the year after that, here's how you book out 2029. I start with Dominic as the world champion, and furthermore, he would be going and going and going and going.
You know what I've noticed a lot? I've noticed that you are using the word furthermore a lot.
Really?
I've noticed. I'm noticing furthermore.
Wow.
I wonder if Natalie notices this or Maya Rosenberg notices. It's starting to creep into your vocabulary in a significant way. We don't have to talk about it. Let's just move on. I'm just letting the people know this is now one of your words. And
I'm a furthermore guy now?
One of the biggest furthermore guys I've ever heard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really something.
Why? I wonder where I would have even found that.
I like furthermore. I like it. It's very declarative. It's
declarative. It's strong. It's adult. It's a grown man word to use. No child. Let me tell you one thing. If your child uses the word furthermore, put him on the first bus to Galoob Central. All right? He's going right to
Galoob Island.
By the way, how did we do the show this long without you in earnest talking about Galoobs? Because this word I'm going to be using to describe everybody and everything. It is, what a word that is, Galoob.
Galoob?
I just looked it up. I'm not a figure guy. I apologize. Maybe some of you out there are looking down your nose at me. I'm sure Sam and yourself and others would be, Fig Heel and Frank the Clown. People are disgusted with me. I'm not a figure guy. I don't know Galoobs. It's a great word because it takes two words that already have a lot of impact. And I'm not using this word in the way that the traditional way. I'm using it in the way like to describe an idiot. It takes boob and galug and puts them together and you get Galoob. It's a moron. It is Galoob is such a fantastic. There's so much.
It's a nerdy moron.
It's a nerdy moron who can't do anything. They can barely move.
You know what I think? I have two things to say. One, I think Maya Rosenberg's first word might end up being furthermore. Second of all, Fig Heel. I love Fig Heel. He's a personal acquaintance of mine. And I will tell you.
Wow. Oh my! You know Fig Heel?
I know Fig Heel. Sure.
Wow. You really are the big Hollywood hotshot I thought you were.
Fig Heel's content has gotten so specific. I love the
You don't say. The guy with 93,000 action figures who only posts about wrestling action figures. You're saying his content's gotten specific. Wow.
But he's getting into the paint. He got the paint and the details and the thing and the.
Wow. I got news for you, Fig Heel. If Dip's worried you're getting too specific, we might have to you might be on your way to Galoob Island. Watch out, Fig Heel. The bus may be pulling up. If you are getting too niche for dip, that is when the Galoob bus pulls up in front. Here are the cuffs. Come on, Fig Heel. You're coming with us. So if you want to get in on any of these conversations, non-Galoob related, and don't let dip intimidate you. You can keep fantasy booking for Cena's final match. We have no problem with that. I also want to get into something that is definitively wrestling adjacent dip, because it is Halloween, and you cannot deny it. Horror movies, there's something about the horror genre that's definitively like WWE fan adjacent.
Yeah.
Horror
fans and wrestling fans are one and the same.
Horror fans and wrestling fans are right up against each other. I happen to also be a huge horror fan. So I would love to get people's all-time number one favorite horror movie, 877-344-4893. Maybe you're into one of these ones that is just like, it's either super old and not everybody's seen it, or it's a little bit more niche and you want to share it with people. But I'm always up for some horror movie talk. And what better a day than on Halloween, especially with so many wrestling fans. I mean, I'm going to tell you, when I started having conversations about Monster, the Ed Gein situation, while I was in Australia, when that started coming up around wrestlers, everyone's got a horror take in the locker room. Let me tell you, a lot of nerdy horror movie fans in that WWE locker room. So 877-344-4893. More of your calls next at Cheap Heat Live, Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Are you ready to fight? Then step into the ring and take on Sting. There's me and my rival, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And there's a total package, Lex Luger, plus more WCW wrestlers with their own ring and cage. The only place for the ultimate grudge match.
Sting's flying into the ring. Watch Lex bounce off the roof. Oh no! Rick climbs the pole. Sting comes back with the body slam.
The WCW wrestlers ring and cage, you put it together. Figure so separately from Galoob. I dare anybody to take us on.
Welcome back to Cheap Heat with your forever 24/7 champ, Peter Rosenberg.
Who do you think is scarier, Kane or Undertaker?
Kane. Kane's scarier than Undertaker.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You know why? Because unmasked, he's scarier.
I think Undertaker.
Like, that's a scary face.
I think corporate ministry, Undertaker was very scary with the goatee. That's the scariest Undertaker. Even scarier than the original.
Oh, hey, by the way, I good news, folks. There's a Cheap Heat TikTok account. Look at that. Kelly Murphy started a TikTok account.
The TikTok.
Yeah, the TikTok. And it's a Cheap Heat Pod on TikTok. Cheap Heat Pod on TikTok right there for you. Good job, Kelly. Got a couple videos up there. Got almost 200 people following us. We're just brand new. But yeah, we should. It's time. We've had a lot of content to fill up TikTok with. God, there's so much damn
Is it time for me to join TikTok?
I think you'd like TikTok. I think you'd like it.
I'm having scrolling issues right now.
Yeah, dude, I think everyone's bad. I'm in a bad way.
Well, you have always been bad. No, I mean,
no.
I know you'll fight me on this.
No. Hear me out.
You'll argue with me on this.
No. Hear me out. I've always had social media issues. I'm now big in the like. I just am in the. Once I watch one video, blah blah.
I hate the act of doing it, but I like some of the videos. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
But
that's the point.
That's the point. That's how they get you.
I'm watching. I'll tell you, we don't have to take too much time on this. If anyone has seen these, what it was like to live in the Middle Ages cartoons,
no, those are evil, right?
I'm obsessed with them. I love them. They did crazy things.
Do you want to know how insane the algorithm is? So insane. For some reason, I've ended up in like the depressing realm recently because I like watched a couple emotional ones.
Yeah.
And people love to post these videos, and it'll be like, it'll be someone's loved one dying.
Yeah.
And they'll say, "Here's my mother dying. This is what she thinks I'm seeing." And it's a video of her old and dying. And this is what I'm really seeing. and it shows a recap of her like younger and vibrant and alive, and I'm weeping at the end. And then at the end I get, and then hold on, and then I get angry, and I go, whose loved one is dying? And they just go, I gotta turn this into a TikTok.
It's awful.
This is a great piece of content.
It's gross. I hate it. I don't like that stuff at all.
How do people?
I don't like that.
How do people think? And I'm not saying you're like a bad person, but I watched someone post a video the other day, and again, it made me cry. But it said, my children with their dad in his last hours. And it's some 50-year-old guy on his deathbed with his 5 children with him. Why are we posting this?
I know. Every moment? I mean...
Yes, every moment.
Every
Why are we
moment.
even asking? Every moment has to be posted. Sad thing. And it would be one thing if like it was a famous person and they go, I just give you everything. So you get the happy moments, you get the sad moments. But the problem is these are regular people, I feel like, who are just like, I know I can stumble into some good traction here. So I'm gonna start. By the way, it makes a great SNL sketch though. Someone on the deathbed going, Grandma, I know you're not there yet. Can you do me a favor? I just want to get this video done. Pretend
play dead.
Yeah, play dead, and you'll get back up. Now, real quick, we should mention Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Jade was back on SmackDown, and she attacked Tiffany. She's officially turned heel now. How do we feel about this? It does feel like it's time to do something one way or the other with Jade. She's been, in my opinion, better and better in the ring. When she busted herself up the other day and had that disgusting scar, it felt sort of like the beginning of something. So how do we feel about heel Jade? And now is it time, like we talked about on the show a few weeks ago, for like her to destroy people? Like, give me an old school tonight. We got Jade Cargill in action, and she's in action with some jabroni, and she just beats the living hell out of her. I'm good with it. Can we start making her look impossible? So then when she beats Tiffy for the title, it's like, oh my God, Tiffy didn't even stand a chance. Like, if you're going to do it with Jade, there's only one way to do it, in my opinion. You make her dominant.
I agree. I mean, I agree. It's like, I don't think it's too little too late, but I mean, I don't like how the Jade's been booked, I'm huge. I would put the title on her tomorrow. I mean, I'm ready to go for Jade Cargill. No one looks as good as Jade Cargill. She is fucking awesome.
But you didn't like what happened last week?
No, it's fine. I don't think it was good enough. I think it could have gone even further. But I'm glad they're doing something. It's not, I wouldn't say it's something plus. I would say it just is something. And I'm glad that she's getting some important sort of angle. I mean, they should have turned her in like vignettes, or like they should have, like, I don't know. They just kind of recklessly do things sometimes like that. Like all of a sudden she's a heel. Oh, okay. They could have made her so much more mage to just spread it out for 2 months a little bit. I'm not saying it needs to
Dip,
be.
So can I push back against you? Sometimes when things take that long, you absolutely hate it and go.
No, I know. I know. Let me clarify my statement. I would have liked to have seen a slight character change, and maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that.
This is a good moment for you to use furthermore. Go ahead.
Furthermore, I already said what I wanted to say.
So there's another. Well, then you really can't use furthermore, can you?
No, there's nothing further or more.
No, you're right. Sometimes it feels like they take forever, like with Jay and Jimmy, and now we're gonna go back and forth and not know. Tomorrow something has to happen with Jay. I really don't want Saturday Night's Main Event to come and go. And dip. Whatever. The character's not going to change at all. We're just going to keep. Listen, I get it. I know every week the crowd's still cheering, so it's like we can't change anything. But this, to me, I'll liken this to football. Fans of football teams always get sad when their teams let go of players who they've grown fond of. But if your team's not winning championships, sometimes, even if that player is still good, what good teams do is they get ahead of it and they release the player or they trade them before it happens because it's smart for the team. I view turning a character the same way. I get it. At this moment, Jay is still being cheered. But is it still really an upward trajectory? Or is it still just he's awesome, so people are cheering him? You can extend this whole thing being Mage by getting ahead of it and changing the Jey character now. It's not that he's not doing it well. Of course he's doing it well. Jey's doing everything well. This is just about how long people are willing to cheer for and be into someone who's just a good guy who beats people up. We need character. Cody is dealing with the same thing. And Cody is one of the greatest in the world. And yet when he gets out there tomorrow night, we're going to see how people react. It seems like it happened at WrestlePalooza too. Every show now, you're waiting. Oh, are the fans, do they need something else? Fans are fickle. Fans are picky. They want to see their big characters go on to new things, whether that's right or not, or fans are too smart or not. That's how people are. So this is my long way of saying, if you were to still at this moment do something interesting with Jey, it could be shocking and elevate him another level up you didn't even know that he had.
I agree with everything you just said. And the same thing goes with Jade Cargill. Does she just have, they couldn't come up with anything better than she attacks her and is a heel? Come on. Jade Cargill could be one of the biggest stars in the company. We can't start her next chapter by just an attack. I'm glad they're doing something with her, but she just attacked her. Oh, she's mean. I don't even make her reveal. She beat her up in the back one week, and then even it's make it too. Reveal it was her. Anything. Just give me. By the way,
what about an innovative way of a scene with Tiffany, where Jade is so physically imposing, she doesn't have to beat you up. She could grab you by your hair and pull you close and talk to you quiet in a way that you go, "Oh my God, I will never get near her ever again." You know what I mean? You're right. To your point, Jade Cargill hitting a clothesline. It's okay. Literally, exactly. It's what we do. If I were booked on Pro Wrestling Syndicate tomorrow and they wanted me to turn on Dip, well, what should we do? Then Dip will turn around. I'll hit him with a clothesline. It's just, yeah, I hear what you're saying. We could do a little bit more there. Let's close out with your phone calls on any topic of the day. It's all there on the table for you. 877-344-4893. We didn't talk much about Cody and Drew. Is that a problem in and of itself? A lot of people are a little bit critical of what's been going on with Cody's title reign, and him and Drew will go after it again at Saturday night's main event. So we'll preview that, and we'll talk to you guys next right here. Cheap Heat Live. Happy Halloween.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Stetson Cologne, the great masculine scent that's easy to wear and hard for a woman to resist. Stetson fits.
It's Rosenberg, SGG, and Dip. Cheap Heat on Pro Wrestling Nation 24/7.
Scary.
Whose theme is this again?
What is?
No.
Papa Shango.
Oh, right, Papa Shango. What a great, scary theme.
One of the great scary themes we've ever heard.
Right, you're right, Papa Shango. I haven't heard that in a long time.
It's a bad job on you, Dip. You know what? But good news. Every Monday night at 6 p.m. on Galoob Island, you go back and relive different 90s stuff. So it's 90s Day every Monday on Galoob Island. 877-344-4893. Saturday night's main event, of course, is tomorrow. 4 matches on the card. Now, do you think, Dip, that Jade beats Tiffany tomorrow and just takes the title right away?
If she doesn't, come on, dude. That's a big come on, dude. If that does not happen.
I know, but at the same time, I'm annoyed that that's it, in the sense that
that was it. That was. I know.
Yeah, we've had all this time, and then it's a clothesline on SmackDown, and then a week later she takes the title off. You know what I mean?
I know. It's not ideal. But it needs to happen. I mean, she needs to earn it. Ugh.
And also, I think, frankly,
but I see it both ways.
I think Tiffany will be better off not carrying the title forever. Also,
I had to tell you, I don't think this title run has been as meaningful as people think it has been for her. I forgot she's the. If you say, when I woke up this morning and if you were like, who's the women's champion,
you'd forget.
Yeah. Just the way I couldn't think of who the tag champs were this morning. Is it still the Wyatts?
Yeah. Isn't it?
It is. What is going on there?
Yeah, well, listen, this is the problem with having tons and tons of titles.
Who is it?
It is.
I don't even know who it is.
Hard.
Look
it up. Wyatts.
Okay, so the Wyatts have the titles. Does that mean anything to you?
Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis are your tag team champion. No, it does not. But you have a lot of titles.
Oh, right. AJ and Dragon Lee just won it. Oh,
what? They won it last. Oh, yeah, they did just win it. That's right.
Right. They won it. But I mean, what? Ugh, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on with the tag. I hate throwing together.
But didn't your point just get proved though?
What?
That you're talking about how meaningless the titles are, and we didn't realize that there was the titles just changed hands against a tag team that's not even really a tag team.
Yeah, I mean
it's just a thing.
I know. I know. Penta and Ray Phoenix. I'm telling you, Penta and Ray Phoenix could elevate the division instantly, and they could be an unbeatable team. What's that? What I gotta know? They're trying to put Penta in as the big solo guy or whatever, and his entrance is awesome, and he's a great wrestler. But there's no question in my mind that they are better together. No question. They could still do that entrance with the two of them, and they could still use Penta's music. Why are we throwing Penta into these fakakta matches? Why are we forcing him into the mid card when he should be at the top of the card with his brother as a tag team?
And also, just to be, do we need 2 sets of tag team championships?
No, there should be one.
Like that.
Isn't there one? Isn't there one?
No, no, because they won it from Judgment Day. AJ and Dragon Lee won it on Raw from Judgment Day.
I don't
Wyatt
even
Six have it on SmackDown.
I don't even know. I can't even keep track of it.
Yeah, I don't see why. I don't see why you can't have the tag titles float between shows. It's not like the titles are defended every week anyway. You know what I'm saying? So let the champions, they pop up on TV here and there. Maybe sometimes it's SmackDown, sometimes it's Raw. But does anybody win from having 2? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, the Wyatts have one tag, and they have the other. Oh yeah. I'm just looking online. Just to
you
make
didn't believe
sure.
me? You didn't believe me when I said it out loud just now, giving the specific date that AJ and Dragon Lee won the title. You still didn't believe me.
No, I know that, but I forgot that the Wyatts had the other titles.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Street Profits, you know how I feel about that.
What, just that they're not in that picture in a real way?
It's nothing. I mean, it's time to break them up. Please, God. I mean, finally break these people up. Break them up.
Well, but here's the problem, Dip. You're saying break them up because you're hopeful that if they were to break them up, then something would happen. And you don't know that that's the case. In which case, that's not a win. If they get broken up and then they're nothing, that's the worst case scenario.
No, you got to make them something. I'm not suggesting they break up and be nothing. I want them to be something.
I understand that, but do you see what I'm saying? There are a lot of people we want to be something, and they're just not. There is so much to do. This is the problem. There is so much. This is why NXT has been pretty great recently, because as much talent as there is on NXT, you're able to sort of keep up with who everybody is, and as a result, it doesn't feel like people are constantly getting lost. Yes, there are some people who you could stand to see a little bit more of, no question, but by and large, you don't feel like people are just completely lost. That being said, Ricky Saints and Trick had a great match. Ricky still is your NXT champion. He did a great job. If you didn't catch him on with the Busted Open guys, make sure you go watch that interview with Ricky and those guys. Fantastic. Tatum Paxley beats JC Jane, becomes the new NXT Women's Champion. Dark State defeats the Hardys to win back the tag titles. We have to imagine, me and Sam talked about this on his show a couple weeks ago. You have to imagine they're on their way to a fully produced, broken, recorded on the ranch match at some point here. to where it feels like we're going, is seeing a classic, true broken Matt Hardy, Brother Nero produced match, which I think people would love to see.
I'm in.
Blake Monroe beat Zarya, wins the North American. Did you? And then you got to see Mr. Iguana and La Parca, Dip. You must have been overjoyed to see a match that featured not only Mr. Iguana, but also La Parca.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the new La Parca scenario, but I love Mr. Iguana. I love this match.
That match was way too long, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the Day of the Dead match was longer than the title match. It just kept going and going. It was really fun.
I get it. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know about the Zarya thing. I mean, she's cool.
You're not sure about Zarya?
Not sure. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not sure if that gimmick can get over. I'm skeptical about that, but I don't know. I'm definitely in on Lash Legend. By the way, I debut her tomorrow. I'm ready for Lash Legend. On the main roster.
Doesn't this start to be the challenging part with NXT? If they kind of feel like they've done enough with someone in NXT, but they're not ready to now move them right away into SmackDown or Raw, then they can end up hovering in this like middle ground of what are we doing? Because now you're having PLEs, the person's not featured on PLEs. You know what I mean? You can very quickly, in theory, what's supposed to happen is you develop at NXT, you rise, and when you get to the point where now you're on every single PLE in NXT, you're a part of the title picture, you win titles, that after that dip, the next move is you end up on television. But the problem is it's hard to do that these days because the main roster is completely loaded as well. So you may be someone like Lash Legend who gets to a certain point of big on NXT, and then it's like, well, we just don't have anything left for you right now, which is what it feels like from the outside.
Yeah. That you're probably right. I mean, and there is a lot. They just called up Julia, and a few.
That was a little while ago already.
Feels like I don't. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah. So, but Lash Legend is striking, is awesome. I'm into Lash. I'm definitely into Lash Legend. I'm ready for Lash Legend, regardless.
Yeah, she jumps off the page 100%. So yeah, I mean, it will be interesting to see what happens. She did start a YouTube series, Dash of Lash.
Yeah.
She's into cooking apparently, Dip.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Let me see if Dash of Lash has debuted. Dash of Lash season 1.
Send that to me. Send me Dash of Lash.
Here she is. She's Dip. You talk about content. Actually, she's been doing this for a while. She made spaghetti and meatballs with Norman Smiley. If this isn't aimed at Dip, what is? Okay. She made a salmon Philly cheesesteak with Wendy Chu.
Wendy Chu's Mage.
She made seafood lasagna with the D'Angelo family. What are your teas? By the way, speaking of Mage and being from Evolve, how about Kendall Gray getting some TV time on NXT? Dip, I'm worried Kendall Gray is not long for Evolve.
Good for her. God bless.
I know, but listen, I hear what you're saying. But keep in mind the conversation we just had, though.
I know. Let's talk. I mean, I'm ready. I'm also. I put Swipe. This is what I want to see at WrestleMania. I want to see Penta and Rey Fenix versus Swipe Right for the WWE Tag Team Championship.
Wait, which Tag Team Championship?
I don't know. One of them.
You're ready for Swipe Right on the big stage.
Take it off of Dragon Lee and AJ and give it to Swipe Right.
Can I tell you what, though, speaking of the Vanity Project, I got to tell you, man, Jackson Drake has gotten bigger and bigger and looks like more and more of a legit world champion all the time. I know you love Swipe Right. You're very into the gimmick. And if you haven't been watching Evolve, you got to watch Swipe Right. They're a lot of fun. But the heavyweight champ on Evolve, Jackson Drake, that kid is fantastic.
Let me tell you something about Jackson Drake. He's Mage.
And his nicknames, I'm such a fan, especially doing commentary on that show. The more good nicknames, the better for things for me to say. The Carolina Reaper and Heartbreak Drake are such fantastic nicknames for a heel champion. I friggin' love it. Hey, guys, we appreciate you being here every week. Shout out to Ben Queen, who was in for Zach today. Kelly Murphy, the great Emilio Sparks as well. SGG, hope you're having a great time on vacation. And don't forget to get down with our Patreon, as we mentioned earlier, patreon.com/cheapheatlive. Follow us, Cheap Heat Pod, Instagram, TikTok, we're on there now as well. And we got a Patreon coming this weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Enjoy Saturday night's main event, and stay mage.
Stay mage.